Hi friends, I'm Biolin. Welcome to mytechbits.com, a collection of my technical bits and pieces of information, online tools, calculators, and converters. You are now watching mytechbit.com's video session. In this session, we'll see how to get the SQL Server sample database called AdventureWorks and install it in your SQL Server. In the previous sessions, we installed SQL Server and now the SQL Server and the Management Studio are ready for using. So for training purpose, we need a database with some sample data. The AdventureWorks database will be helpful for the beginners to play around the SQL Server features. Now let's see what is AdventureWorks database. AdventureWorks database is a sample database introduced by Microsoft for beginners to learn SQL Server with the sample data and the database objects like the tables, index, triggers, store procedure, functions, etc. It is meant for standard online transaction processing scenarios. This sample database is developed for a fictional bicycle company called AdventureWorks Cycles. The scenarios included in the sample database are manufacturing, product management, sales, purchasing, contact management, and human resource. This database will be helpful for those who are new and learning relational database management systems or RDBMS. AdventureWorks sample database is available in CodePlex website as open source. Every new version of SQL Server has a corresponding version of sample database. This is because the newer version of SQL Server has new features. These new features are incorporated in the sample database and released as a new version few days after the SQL Server release. AdventureWorks 2014 has different types of sample databases for different editions of SQL Server 2014. For example, the AdventureWorks OLTP is the general AdventureWorks sample which is commonly used in SQL Server database engine. The AdventureWorks DW is the data warehouse sample which is useful for playing with business intelligence features of the SQL Server. If you have installed SQL Server Developer Edition or Enterprise or Business Intelligence Edition, then you can use the AdventureWorks data warehouse sample. AdventureWorks Tabular Model is a sample tabular model solution for analyzing the data using analysis services. This database is good for learning DAX or DAX queries. The AdventureWorks multidimensional model is a sample multidimensional model solution again for analysis services. This is very useful for learning SSAS or MDX query fundamentals. For a beginner learning SQL Server as a relational database management system, you may need the AdventureWorks OLTP sample. You can download the sample databases for the SQL Server 2014 from the CodePlus website. You can see the download URL in the screen. I have also provided the URL in the description below. In the download page, you can see all the different types of sample databases available. There will be database backups as well as the database scripts. We need the AdventureWorks OLTP in backup format. It will be listed as AdventureWorks 2014 full database backup.zip. You can see it below the recommended download section here. This is the sample database useful for learning SQL Server basics. I am downloading it. Once downloaded, unzip the file and extract the sample database backup file named AdventureWorks 2014.bak. Place the backup file under the default SQL Server 2014 backup folder. On its 64-bit operating system, the default backup folder will be under C drive program files under Microsoft SQL Server under MSSQL 12.MSSQL Server under MSSQL and backup folder. There are two methods to restore the sample database backup to the SQL Server. One of the methods is to use SQL script to restore the file. Another method is to use the Management Studio user interface to restore it. I will show you both the methods. I'll start with the SQL script method first. Log into the SQL Server Management Studio and open a new query editor window. Copy the database restore SQL script and paste it into the query editor window. For your convenience, I have provided the script below in the description section. If you notice the script, it starts with restore database AdventureWorks 2014. This means the backup file needs to be restored to a new database called AdventureWorks 2014. In the next line, there is from disk continued by the location of the backup file. This is the default backup location where we have placed the file. Then we have the move option. The move option specifies the location to create the data file, that is the MDF file, and the log file, that is the LDF file of the new database. I'll explain in detail about the data and the log file in the future session. Now click the execute icon in the toolbar. You will see the status message once the database is successfully restored. You can see the restored sample database in the Object Explorer under Database folder. Now we will see the second method, restoring the database using Management Studio's user interface. Before continuing, let me delete the just created AdventureWorks 2014 database. In the Object Explorer, right-click the Database folder and select Restore Database. In the Restore Database screen, choose Devices and click the ellipsis button. This will launch the Backup Device Selection window. In the Device Selection window, press Add button to launch the File dialog. The File dialog will open the default SQL Server backup location. As we have already placed the backup file in that location, just select the backup file in the File dialog and press OK. Again press OK in the Device Selection window. Now the Restore Database window is filled with the details of the database to be restored from the backup. Press the OK button in the Restore Database window. The sample database backup is restored as a new database called AdventureWorks 2014. You can see the new database in Object Explorer under Database folder. The sample AdventureWorks 2014 database is now ready. You can use this database to run your queries and learn SQL Server functionalities. With this, I am concluding this session. If you like this video session, do subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Also join us in social networks like Facebook and Google+. For more technical articles, online tools, calculators, and converters, check out my website mytechbits.com. mytecbits.com. See you again with some more interesting technical sessions. Until then, bye bye.